Today, we're exploring a period that shaped the American economy for over 2 decades, the Long Depression. Spanning from 1873 to 1896, this was America's longest and most severe economic downturn, one that impacted nearly every aspect of society. What caused the Long Depression, and how did the country eventually recover? Let's find out. The birth of the Long Depression. The Long Depression began with the Panic of 1873, a major financial crisis triggered by the collapse of J. Cook & Company, a prominent investment bank. Cook had been heavily invested in railroad bonds, particularly the Northern Pacific Railroad, which had overextended itself. When the company declared bankruptcy in September 1873, it caused a chain reaction that led to widespread bank failures. This panic resulted in a severe contraction in credit and a sharp decline in industrial activity, leading the U.S. economy into a prolonged depression. The impact on businesses and employment. The effects of the Long Depression were felt across all sectors of the economy. Factories closed, businesses went bankrupt, and unemployment reached staggering levels. At its peak, around 25% of Americans were unemployed. Railroads, mines, and manufacturing industries that had once fueled the economy were now struggling to survive. Farmers were also hit hard, facing falling crop prices, and many lost their land to foreclosure. This was a crisis that truly stretched the nation's resilience. The social and political strain. The Long Depression brought about massive social and political unrest. Workers, suffering from job losses and wage cuts, organized protests and strikes. One of the most notable was the Great Railroad Strike of 1877, which started in West Virginia and quickly spread across the country. Strikes turned violent in cities like Pittsburgh, and the federal government intervened with military force to break them up. This period saw growing class divisions and widespread disillusionment with the economic system, leading to calls for reforms and new policies. The role of silver and gold. Another important factor that exacerbated the Depression was the debate over the monetary system. The country's currency was based on gold, which led to a deflationary spiral. Farmers and debtors, who were struggling in the economic climate, advocated for silver-backed currency, hoping it would inflate the money supply and ease their burdens. In response, Congress passed the Sherman Silver Purchase Act of 1890, which required the government to buy silver. While this measure provided some relief, it didn't immediately resolve the deep economic problems facing the country. The recovery and reshaping of the economy. Despite the devastation, the Long Depression led to significant changes in the American economy. The rise of industrial giants such as John D. Rockefeller in oil and Andrew Carnegie in steel helped lay the foundation for future growth. By the mid-1880s, the U.S. economy began to show signs of recovery, thanks to increased industrial production and the expansion of railroads. However, it wasn't until the 1890s that the economy truly began to rebound, thanks to the growth of new industries, the discovery of new natural resources, and technological innovations. Yet, the scars of the Long Depression were still evident in the social fabric of America. The legacy of the Long Depression. The Long Depression left a lasting legacy. It revealed the vulnerabilities of the nation's economy, highlighting the dangers of overspeculation and financial instability. It also sparked a wave of reform that would shape the next century. The Progressive Era, which emerged in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, would address many of the issues exposed during the Long Depression, such as labor rights, monopolies, and the need for financial regulation. The government's role in managing the economy would forever be redefined. The Long Depression was a defining period in American history, a time of severe economic hardship but also a catalyst for change. It taught Americans about the dangers of unregulated markets and laid the groundwork for the future growth of the economy. What do you think? How do you think the lessons of the Long Depression apply to modern financial systems? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more insights into financial history. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.